I'm not even across the street yet, and look what they're doing. They must know me by the look on my face. Actually, it's probably the bangs. So, and they're even putting the shares up, so it's not a normal weekend thing they'd be doing. Because there'll be tons of people walking by going to the marina. Because they think they can walk to the marina from here because, you know, they're goats. So, hello people. Where's my people? I know it's the 4th of July and I know you're at a picnic, but, you know, hey. I'm not at my picnic yet. Just stand here for a while. And Papa Cat. Hi, Jenwow. Hello. I think I always want to say your name that way now. Papa Cat got 3 cookies because we went 2 minutes before they closed. And they gave him extra cookies because they had a lot of cookies today. Can I say cookies one more time? Our Hello Fresh order has been delivered on a Thursday. I guess they have tomorrow off? I don't know. Papa Cat is using it to learn how to cook, basically. Because he enjoys it, and that's really neat. Yesterday, I was talking... Oh my God, was he using the self-driving on that Tesla? I think so.
I hope not.
I think the idiot was using the self-driving on the Tesla because he was like screaming, "Hi, sitting." He was screaming and waving his hands out, and he was the driver. It's like, that thing is not accurate. Why are people so doofus? How about that one? Oh, let's go and have some doofus today. See, now he's showing off his cookies. So there aren't a lot of people. I wonder how much a ticket for the big bus costs, because if it's still roaming around like at firework time, you can always just hop on that and go down there. Because of course it gets completely blocked off trying to get parking there. You always try at least once thinking, oh, you'll be okay, and it never is. Luckily enough that's in your 20s. Because in your 20s, you're not as grumpy as when you're in your 40s. So now we're crossing the street. Yes. And whoever their animator is back. Because the better writing is on here. So, you know how it is. Oh, the ghosts have opened the doors. I've got to check the back door again, don't I? Eee. And I was zoomed in a little. Where's Carrie Ann when you need her? Do you miss your friends? Do you wish you were out of those doors today? Why do you have to be in those doors today? That's pretty sucky, don't you think? You should be at the picnic, arguing with your family, and throwing potato chips at each other. But you probably don't even get to talk to your family either, because they won't let you. You know, you can always get a hold of assistance online. sptvfoundation.com, sptvfoundation.org, thesptvfoundation.org, things like that. You can go, hi Sunrise Dawn, hello. You can go look at those things, and I know one person who worked in an org and was a C member, and we got on her, we made her wonder what it was like in the real world. And you can figure out what's in the real world if you go to the main library, which is the closest one to here. Just don't wear anything you wear into the org, because they might have it air tagged. So everything, all your clothes, you should have a separate set to go out where you don't want them following you. Should even get a burner phone. Hi, D Savage. Oh, I'm going to get everybody because there's nobody else on right now, right? That's cool. So you should think about it and see if you can get out, because honestly, if I was working on the 4th, I would ask for time and a half. But what's time and a half of $50? So, sorry guys, as usual. So, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, the 3-letter acronym that is trying to bring down SPTV Foundation. I donated this morning because I heard Marilyn talking about it, and I'm doing $5 a month. So if you can, you guys, even $5. Go donate, because one of the things that that person had outed was that you don't know where the money goes. Well, it's like a shelter. They don't tell you who's in there because they're helping people get out. They're helping people after they're out. And a lot of ex-Scientologists don't want anybody else to know. So they're not going to release their spending because it's nobody's business, honestly. So you should go donate and help the foundation. We've seen they helped our Canadian friend go to counseling classes, which is awesome. And yeah, always be behind SPTV Foundation. I'm just independently owned and operated otherwise, but I'm done. Last time I mentioned 3-letter acronym that doesn't have to do with my dad. Because I don't think it's right to destroy something just because you're mad at it. Alpha male crap is alpha male crap. So, you know, you could be out here tonight and watch the fireworks. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't you hate that I just stand here and say things like, you can fix your credit? It's really easy. All you need to do is go to the main library and go look it up on a browser. Look up your name. You can do things like people search. You can do things like find out if your mail's getting to you, because most likely overdue credit cards are not being delivered to you. You may have credit cards that you don't even know about. So you should go get a credit report so it can help you find out what you owe and what you don't owe. And then you can get a hold of a collection agency that may have your credit card. And then you can... They were listening to me in the vestibule. The guy who walked up from the back. Hi, Pup Groomer. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They were standing there, like, listening to me. And that guy came from the front.
Yeah.
So he could have been...
a different person or the same person?
No, different person.
Yeah.
He just... I was talking to them, like, telling them the usual. And they started walking up, and then they stopped. It was someone. 2 people... And then the third person came back from the front because they could probably hear my loud little voice and closed the door. So
one of them will get a knowledge report for even listening to you.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Now they got to figure out which 2 it was, because I'm not going to describe them. So doesn't that suck? Oh, poor Scientology can't tell when their people are listening to them or not listening to them, as the time may be. So it's actually really beautiful in San Francisco right now. I hope I put on enough sunscreen. So it's going to be hot where we're going, that's for sure. Because San Francisco has, especially Columbus, has the air from the bay or air from the ocean, because it's Golden Gate that comes down to this. So the ocean stays at 58 degrees pretty much year round. So it's nice to be like in the wind and in the shade. Papa Cat said this yesterday. It was really nice in the shade. But really sucky out of the shade because there was a breeze. And it's like, yeah, that's the way we used to be when I was younger. We had a breeze. It may have been slight, but it was enough to keep us refrigerated. So, yeah, I know they're so upset. Let me see. Yes, I like how it's put in a different font. See, did I say hi to Pup Groomer? Hello.
I did. You did.
I did? Okay. So I've caught up to everybody again. Was it Reese? I was watching Reese this morning. And she said it's not a ploy to react with your chat. It's actually nice to acknowledge people. And yeah, it's like, I don't have a script. So it's like, this is all the top of my head, and I still have to figure out how to, I've got to go find the sources I've learned first before I started talking to them. Is basically what I think I'm going to have Papa Cat do. Because he re-listens to mine sometimes at home. And so when he's doing it at home, he can actually look up or say what I need to look up. And then I can get the source from it. Because, yeah, unfortunately, The source is me, but it's because I also really love the Bay Area, so I'm just very, I just swallowed all the information, and it also comes from when I was bad, because I was a nasty little beast. I got grounded. When I got grounded, the only two places I can go to were the museum or the library. So I did. And for some reason, I never went anywhere else. I did exactly what I was supposed to do, which was creepy as hell when I think about it. So I spent a lot of time in the Oakland Main Library, and the Oakland Museum and the Berkeley Museum. So I wasn't allowed to come to San Francisco. But that's why he knows so much stuff, is because Oakland, the main library, had something called the Oakland Room, which was all about the history of Oakland and pictures and, you know, microfiche and all that other stuff that I did. And it was, you know, I retained it because I was very proud of my city. So, yes, check out Pups Community for flyers, stickers you can make, you know, with your Cricut. Is that what it is? I actually got rid of my mom's and didn't realize it. I thought it was just yet another thing she had started, not done, but it was sort of like the knitting machine she had. So I got rid of it before I realized, you're a doofus. So here I am, hiding on my corner as people walk around and look at it. You don't want to do it, please, please. It's a cult. It really is. You go in, you get stuck for 2 hours, and you have to pay $35 to get out because you have to buy a book. So, and it's all about purchasing things, and that's how you learn to become enlightened. And the people who go all the way up after 30 years or 20 years have paid about $250,000 to find out they are not enlightened. Okay. Yep.
So you're the warner?
Huh?
You're here to warn?
Yes. I'm a protester, so thank you. Have a good one. Pup is cheering in the background. So, well, yeah, that's why I'm leaning up against the pole for a rabbit season. It's like, the voice comes from nowhere because I'm short and I'm wearing black and I'm leaning against a dark green pole. So people don't expect me to be here. It's so funny. I used to be able to make myself invisible. That's what I used to say when I was little. I could creep up on anybody anytime. I think I just knew how to creep up on people. And I try not to use it on the partner because it's not nice. I did it recently by accident because I wasn't paying attention. I can walk very quietly. And so standing here, I used to always say, I'm just getting out of people's vision so they can't see me. Woo! No. So when I pop up and start saying things, people always just go, hello. So, and I don't film everybody if I can see it and that they're coming, not like popping up on me. So I think I just answered my question of yesterday. Yesterday, across the street from me when I was parking my car was a gold-backed vest, and he could have swore he was rocking a stroller. I assumed it was a baby in the stroller, could have been something else. And when I was videoing Fuzzy's moose on the steering wheel because she's out and about right now, so I said, Moose is saying, you know, hi. I lifted my head after I did that and he was gone, like in a puff of smoke. It was really weird. I didn't catch him on my peripheral vision or anything. So maybe that's what it is. He just has the same thing I can, where he can just poof. He's waving his cookies. He's very happy for his cookies. So I was hoping we were gonna get No Sean. What were we supposed to be? Oh my God, that's creepy. He just popped up when I said his name. Sean, yeah. Hello, you. A big voice, yes. Except it sounds like Minnie Mouse. Me and a friend of mine, we sounded almost exactly the same, and it was like Disneyland invading, somebody said once. Yes, that was weird. Totally no face. You gotta come up with some drinks. Because it is 4th of July, so you came up with one yesterday, right? I think so. So yeah, it's time for more that aren't disgusting. So yes, Scientology. Back to hell. And I think these people are all walking to the marina. Deader. What were you saying? It's a what?
It's like it's a fire idea.
No. I'm a protester, so actually tell me what you said.
Well, I was saying I was saying that millionaires use it, and it's like, I know it's really fucked up because I know Tom Cruise did it, and it's like some really weird ritual shit. And it's like people start because they're like in different. They don't believe in like normal evolution. They believe in some like really weird way, like with aliens and shit.
So that's what's going around with your generation, because I really wanted to know what was happening with the younger people. This is Scientology. It's a cult. And you have to get to the top of the cult, you have to pay about $250,000 eventually, because you pay for absolutely everything. I wouldn't be surprised if they charge you for the bathroom.
Wow. You know, Tom Cruise is part of that, bro.
Yes.
So how do people join? How do they...
You just walk in and get wrangled for 2 hours, and then you have to pay $35 for a book.
Because it's for like rich people shit, bro.
That's the thing. It's not rich people. It's whatever you can afford. So they're actually trying for brown people in LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people who are on welfare, they're trying to get them because they don't have, their like subscriptions have gone down so far that they're now, you know, trying to get anybody they can.
That's crazy. Is she with Netflix now?
Huh?
Is she with Netflix now?
What's that?
Netflix?
Oh, Aftermath. Yes, that was the very start of it. There's Going Clear, and there's another one. But yeah, no, they have a tax exempt status because they're considered a religion. So that's part of the reason that, and they abuse children, and there's people who protest for that, and they abuse the elderly. So there's a protest for that. So, yeah, the tax exempt is the worst. They've been
file any police report or anything like that?
They do.
They file?
I actually got recently, we call it micro swatted by one car because I put up there in chalk pen cult with an arrow, and they called on Ollie.
And so the cops didn't come and talk to you?
Yeah, and they sort of knew that there was nothing behind it and that it was chalk, and
I mean, just
the FP,
it's just chalk.
it was just chalk, and SFPV doesn't like them. So, and I just say, because it was the second time it happened to me, I just say they're wasting my tax dollars because they don't pay tax. So, and they're not a religion because they don't help the community and they don't help even the people in their insides. They just keep it all and buy buildings with it.
Wow, the one in Los Angeles is insane.
Yeah, the one in Los Angeles is worse. Yeah, they're really harassed by the Scientology people.
They all joined this religion, but yeah, it's crazy.
It's not all of them, and some of them have gotten out because they knew better. But yeah, Leah Remini was the one who started this version, I guess, of it, because it goes around and around where people protest and go away. But with the internet, more people protest now, and more people don't go in. And I've literally leaned against that pole and just go, you don't want to go in there. It's going to be expensive in a long time. Yes, actually they have.
That's funny.
They have. So it's just like, yeah, and it's not just for rich people. So it's what you can afford. That was in the bylaws. And it's all done by L. Ron Hubbard, who wrote science fiction stories.
Wow, that is crazy.
Uh-huh.
Well,
so
keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
You too.
Oh yeah, I know, they did on you too. It's like, well, Denver, LA, here, Portland. Did they do Portland? The cops. We've had Portland cops up there, haven't we? I think so. I think Portland, East Coast. I can't remember the ones on the East Coast. So, yeah, I make friends with them. They had not taken down the cult thing for like 3 days before I took my weekend. Or 2 days, and they had it covered up with a piece of paper, and I figured they were going to call the cops on me again. So today when we were driving in, I got to know the policeman's name. He even shook my hand. So I walked in and I said, do you think if they try to mini swap me again that I'll get the same policeman? It was like, that would be funny, because the guy got along with me well because I grew up with police. So I don't have the fear. So yes, pup groomer. It's like, sincerely, if you want to have peace with the cops, just talk to them like they're normal people. I grew up with a cop. My best friend's mom was a cop. My cousin was a cop. It's like, they are normal people underneath, and if you treat them like normal people, they will actually be on your side. When I was telling the cop, I didn't even drop and say I grew up with cops. I just said, you know, a friend of mine is a cop on the force. So he didn't know him. The guys who hit me last time knew him. And they were like, oh, he's cool. And I'm probably going to see him later today. And he'll either know or not. So he'll either read me the riot act or he'll go keep it up. So, and they're coming by me a little bit more today. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It could be just because it's Columbus. Because people are walking to the marina from here. So it could be just to make sure there aren't some, you know, bad actors running around. So I know, and that was the thing. I was so glad that when they called on me, I only got one cop. Huh? I know. The first time was 2 cops, the second time was 1. They don't like them here at all. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did call me on Sunday of last year, because it was Pride weekend. They had covered up the cult thing. See, I don't know what was, I had it written here in chalk. CULT, and my arrow. And they covered it up one time. I removed the paper, and it took paint off the pole. So when the cop showed up, because I put it on my purse strap, when the cop showed up, I told him that they did more damage with me taking it off, and is that the parrots? We have parrots here. I did more damage taking it off than I did with putting the Colt on. So I think they were going to call or they probably did call the cops on me again on last Sunday, but it was Pride Day. It was the day of the parade. Nope, it was Saturday. It was Pride weekend. And the cops have better things to do than come and take care of the girl who wrote down cult and, you know, chalk pen on one of the light poles. So that's the funny part, is like, no, not everybody's like LA. The corruption does not run rampant across all police things. I think maybe Scientology might actually threaten them with things, and so that's why they get ugly. But the cops are never going to get ugly to me, as long as my friend's still on the force, that's for sure. But also, I'm just like, this is what happened. And I think even the cop was like, okay. Trying to run away from me because I was giving him the facts. I even showed him how I protested. I stood up to the stairs. I stood up to those stairs in front of that sandwich board and yelled what I usually do. Yeah, that's the normal one. And you know, cops get really burnt out really fast. So, and you know, they know that. They know that if you're not afraid of them, they don't, you know, they just like, well, what really happened? So, yeah, when I showed him everything, and then I showed him how I protested, and I said, that's as close as I've come to being on the steps, except for the time they had a kid get out, and I stayed on the steps to make sure the kid didn't get out. And one of the guys came out and threatened to call the police, and I threatened to call CPS. So that made him laugh too. So yes, it's like, I was saying that Saturday too. I was like, don't call the cops on me. It's my freaking tax dollars you're wasting since you don't pay taxes. And it's Pride weekend. They have better things to do than mess with me. I am one person. So I'm a short little old lady. So there is nothing that I am going to do. The first time they wanted to do it just to get me, and it didn't work. Made them laugh again. So it's just like, please. So I've got to do this when there are more people. I keep backing up when there are more people. I'm not necessarily an extrovert, believe it or not. That's why it's called club, because I have a club mentality for it then. So it's like I should stand here and talk to them, and so they can't see the sandwich board. So, but it gets so boring staring at those doors all the time. So that's awesome, pup. I know. I'm sort of wondering if I get it again, I'll be like, well, I guess we have to get a lawyer. And Eddie's mom is a lawyer that still has her name on the old law office in back east, and she's been retired now for 20 years. So probably get some kind of referral to another kind of referral. We've had enough rabbits. I just keep walking away because I don't want to, you know, I mean, those guys, there were 4 of the guys that I was talking to, and it was like, that was almost at the, you won't count the guys? No, you should, because, okay. But no, because I wanted to know, this is why I asked him too. I wanted to know what that generation knew about Scientology. So, because when I walked up to him and asked him, you know, what were you saying? And he tried to fix it. And I said, no, I'm a protester. And then he let it out. And it was like, he thinks that Scientology is a bunch of rich people. Yeah. So it was like, no, I wanted to dispel that rumor just in case. So that's why I kept saying what you can afford, because that's what they used to say. So, and I love hitting the 280,000 to get to the highest level to find out you're not free. I wonder why there's a suicide rate at that level. There is. Thank you. He said I educated some people today. Oh my God, no wonder they're grumpy. Today is one of those days, isn't it? So I would say that since they're grumpy, they didn't make it. Did you hear that? He's listening like 30 feet away from me. I said that today, since they're being so grumpy, I guess they didn't make their numbers. When they make their numbers, they're not grumpy. It has waves. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the ferry unloading, so they walk to the marina. Yeah, because you can walk to Ghirardelli and then go from wherever from there. And most people probably go there. So, yeah, they're probably grumpy. Didn't make your numbers? Just a question. I'm sorry you didn't, but I don't understand a structured society that needs to make their numbers every week. So, yes. Sunrise Dawn, yes. That's for YouTube. Yes. Especially considering what's his name had to tear down his skate park and didn't tell anybody. Who did I hear that on this morning? Natalie? Yes, I heard it on Natalie. What's Natalie? Oh, actually, somebody knows here. So, somebody would know Natalie's YouTube, because the head butthead here tore down his skate park because they were going to try to get skaters. Oh crap, you know what today probably is too? Is the hill ride. There's no way to get near that unless it's going to be Saturday. There's the impromptu get together in San Francisco called the Hill Rides, when all the skateboarders. That baby is out. No, I didn't. Those two get to grow up together. That almost looks like a pumpkin. You'll see him when he walks by. Hello. Hello, baby. Excuse me. Excuse me. What's the breed of your dog? It's a Joe Cocker. They actually, unfortunately, have a defect because they're inbred so much, is that a lot of them wind up with epilepsy. which is just as bad for a dog as it is for a human. A friend of mine had a Cocker Spaniel, and I hate it when he had seizures. He was fine otherwise. It was so weird. Scientology, Life After a Cult. Yes, she's the one who put on, go watch her later on. She's the one who put up that Cairo had to break down his skate park that was in a warehouse in San Leandro because he had been gone for 2 years. And supposedly he said it was in like some kind of educational thing. He had never mentioned Scientology, so his people didn't even know about Scientology. And he tore it down overnight behind everybody's back. And you go look up Braille's skateboard, supposedly with Lighthouse for the Blind. But, sorry, dead air. I don't know, but he took a picture of me.
Picture you drove off
Yeah.
in a big black Suburban.
Yeah. Okay, people. Let's see if we can get his license plate before he moves. That big black Suburban. Take a picture if you can up close. He literally stopped to take my picture and then he went. And he was in a Warriors uniform top. Or, you know, what you get when you like the Warriors. That was so weird. Do you really think somebody taking a picture of me is going to scare me, mofo? Like I said, you put the website up, I know enough people that will get it right back down. You put flyers of me up, which you really can't in San Francisco, or distribute them anywhere near my house, I will have that lawyer for defamation. So, yes, I am telling you what will happen if my picture gets anywhere out in public. So, good luck. And the guy in the Suburban I got his license plate number, so woohoo! It better not belong to a limousine company, because usually Suburbans like that belong to limousine companies. I'll get his butt fired. So this totally turned back on you. I hope you're enjoying it. Hi, Carrie Ann. The Suburban?
No, just happened. PI.
Yeah, what do you call a drive-by picture taking? I mean, he even made, like, he wanted me to see it. I don't know if what I was supposed to do. I'd love to see him try to scare me. I've got way too many connections. I was born and raised here. And in the technology sector on top of that. So it's like, those were fireworks. Those were fireworks.
What? Where?
That he was carrying.
The guy.
Yep. He has a hookup in Chinatown. Chinatown's a block away from us. So, yeah, Carrie Ann has her own channel 2 also. I have paparazzi. It was funny. It was that big black Suburban. He came like sideways to where like one of the tires was facing, you know, here. And of course, I think he was blocking traffic. And I didn't see him until I turned around. And then by then he was taking one more picture and putting his phone away. And then he tore off, but he couldn't tear off because there was a red light. Don't you love that?
I still see him. He's at the second light.
Are you sure that's why I also said it might have a serial number, because the only people who own those things are liveries. Nobody owns a Suburban on their own anymore.
You snapped it pretty well.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You gotta.
Yeah, gotta see if there's a livery number on bumper, because yeah, those are the expensive Suburbans that you usually take people to the airport in. It's how I usually want to go if I can't get convinced into a taxi, or in the city that we're coming into, because having a car waiting for you is a lot easier. But we also haven't gone on vacation in 4 years, so those days are probably over. But yeah, I hope there's a number on it, because then we can find out what livery company it is, and then I can turn his butt in for blocking traffic more than anything else. I wouldn't even say that he's stalking me. I would just say he was blocking traffic and he made an illegal move, because I think he made a U-turn. It just didn't seem, like I said, I turned around and saw him taking a picture of me. So he's probably set up his own demise, which is a shame. Not. Ew, I'm such a little brat. Owns one of the big black ones? Oh my God, do you tease her? If my cousin's, her brother, well actually I tease my brother. He's got one of those Honda pickup trucks. Oh my God, I laugh at him because it's a hybrid and it's like, it looks like a Lego truck. And yes, I tease the hell out of him for it. So it's funny. And it's your sister, so you have to tease her. It's, in the sibling code. Oh, so yeah, so it's interesting. I've also worked I worked in event planning. I did conventions. I worked for VPs that worked with lawyers. I usually would change my job about every 5 or 6 years because whatever I was doing would burn out, and they'd either go somewhere, back to headquarters because headquarters was never here, or disappear. So it was just like, see, it's not black. It's got to be one of those big black ones that have nothing on them except for the livery number. They look so hilarious. That's why I can also see that that's probably, I know, I do not make the assumption anymore that they better not be running across the street because it's Scientology and they want to avoid me. That would be just freaking sick. Liveries, cars that ride. I don't remember. That really knocked me. The tiny sister. Yes. I used to always make the assumption that it was alpha males driving the fancy SUVs. And it's been more than not lately. Little bitty women. So the last one was, I think, one of the Cybertrucks. Tesla Cybertruck that did it. And there was a woman, little bitty woman in the front. It's like, did you just have to borrow that car for something? So the Cybertrucks are as gross as you think they are. They're like huge. They made my little station wagon look small. The BFF and I saw one on Monday because she lives farther down, like Fremont, Milpitas, around there, and that's where we still call it the New Me plant. That's where the Tesla plant is. And so we swear they send them home with these Cybertrucks to do test drives on them. So, but yeah, my dad's actually little too, but he's gone to the SUV world. He used to have trucks, and that's where I got the alpha male thing going. So, let's see. So you had paparazzi take my picture. I didn't know I was that important. I'm not to the media. Neither are you. Isn't it funny that nobody cares that I'm standing here? Except you guys, and probably not even you guys. Probably only the ones that are executives care that I'm here. Because I can make the public ones really look at what they're doing. Think about that one. So they could be going to the fireworks tonight if they get off at 6, because that's when the foundation opens. And then you guys get to deal with all the drunks that are walking back to the BART station and the ferry. Because everybody's got to have a drink or two when they're sitting there on the marina or Ghirardelli Square or Del Monte plant, I think it is, or the wharf, Pier 39. That's where everybody's going. And it's not that far of a walk. It's a little pain in the butt, but you can have a refresher once you get where you're going. So, like I said, if my picture shows up anywhere that it's not supposed to be, it'll be taken apart and dumped. And if that sounded like a threat, no, I'm just doing technology survival. How about that? So, and I know actually, I know ex-hackers that used to go to hackathons, which are hacker conventions that they would really hold for real. I don't know if the younger generation does it anymore, but yeah, they'd have a weekend or a week in Vegas and then just try to tear down everything. So that was young technology. So, and of course all my friends grew out of it. But I'm sure if I have to ask nicely, if I have to go to a club one night and ask somebody, I'm sure they'll take it on. Because, yeah, everybody at clubs still likes me. So, and that's because my husband's adorable. and a DJ. So even if they don't like me, they're nice to me. Aw, oh, bummer, headache. Okay, go take care of your headache. Have a good one, No Face. I was wondering why you weren't doing the dad jokes with Papa Cat. So go lay down because you're gonna have to deal with all these bozos later. Have a good one and keep your pet safe. That's all I have to say. The bar is closing early, yes. No, that's fine. Bob, anybody gets triggered, go and walk away. There is no problem with that. And it's like, I'm not good at following my own orders, but I do say that because there are things that come off my tongue that I don't even realize are like horrible in the real world because of the things I've gone through and because I'm slightly stoic and cold. So it was something I picked up from my mother, unfortunately. So I try not to be. I try to be. That's why I'm going to the barbecue this afternoon. I would rather stay home and hide for real, but I'm not going to. Papa Cat doesn't argue with me. He lets me do what I want to do because he knows that I get really anxiety ridden, but I'll take some of my drugs. I'm on kratom. I take it if I'm going to have I take it twice a day if I'm going to have a busy day. So I know it'll be busy later because a lot of these people haven't seen me in a couple of years. So I'll take it later. I have found a way to do what a lot of veterans do. It's really good for PTSD. Would you get out of my frame? I keep trying to adjust it because you keep standing there.
Just stop pointing your camera at me.
Yeah. He said, would you stop pointing that camera at him? It's like, this is my usual stop. Wait, let me see.
Yeah, I see. So.
And you were right there.
Yeah,
and it was like,
got it.
I was going to get sun glare from you. Oh.
I was just watching the back door. I mean, the other door for you.
The garbage door?
Garbage door, yeah.
Would you go away with that thing? I'm hearing myself.
Sorry.
Usually he turns it down when I'm near him, but he's got it up now. So it's like, yeah, it's quiet. It got quiet. So I have a feeling it was the ferry. That was that last bunch of people?
Yeah.
Because we were busy, like here, and then all of a sudden it just dropped off. So I have a feeling it was one of the ferries, or maybe all three of the ferries came in at the same time. We have a ferry from Vallejo, a ferry from Tiburon, and a ferry from Oakland, and a ferry... Oh no, the Oakland ferry goes to Alameda too. So we have 3 ferries, and knowing them, they're all coming in at the same time. So it was really perky around here when we first got here. So, and now it's dead quiet. Now it's like a typical weekday.
They're definitely not making their numbers today.
Yeah, they're definitely not making their numbers today. So yeah, it's just like I get to entertain because there's nothing going on. That and I don't really film people on purpose. And I definitely don't try to film children because that's just not nice. That's no respect for the children. And you should respect children so they learn how to respect everybody else while they're growing up. That is what I say. So that's why I'm trying to make you all nauseous now by moving the camera so much. That's the only thing that Papa Cat complains about is that I move the camera around too much. But then I think it's boring if I'm just sitting on like one scene.
No, I love it moving.
Oh, now he loves it moving.
I just warn you if you're zoomed in too much.
It's like, you know what? No, you don't. Carrie Ann warns me if I'm zoomed in too much.
Before I do. Fine, whatever.
Do you hear that? He's being bratty husband. Oh my God, that is adorable. There's another black and white dog, and they're avoiding us. No, it's not. It looks like a
Whip it?
Whip it. Whip it good. So it's like the theme this morning seemed to be about independence, and we're all independent. Might join the SPTV crew in a couple of weeks again. We'll see. I'll still be relatively independent, but I would like to be more on the, maybe I should volunteer at the foundation for something. I'd have to cut my nails though. Because I don't have a typewriter that covers my nails. And to me, they're long and they're not really in the real world. So, it's a cult! You'll get cooties! Someone was walking in. I love cooties. They're so cool. So yeah, I think the guy with the whippet was avoiding us. He was looking at me as he was crossing the street like, what the hell are you doing there? He's eating a cookie now.
Oh, you said cooties. I thought you said cookies.
He's being funny. You know, sometimes when No Face is here, they have a ball. But it's relatively quiet today, and the cops have better things to do than get me. So it's like, that's what I'm thinking. That, you know, we've had 2 drive-bys so far, but they didn't stop. And I would say if one more comes by, then they're avoiding talking to me. So we'll see what's happening. You know what I sort of can't get out of my mind is that the guy in the Suburban had like a Warrior shirt on, like the Warrior jersey thingy. Looks like one of those jerseys from everywhere. And he was little. He was like really skinny. And it was like, so you borrowed Dad's car to go shoot pictures of some chick that's in front of Scientology. Okay. Like, he was racing away because he had to get the car back. So I'm going to put myself here for a moment because I think there's a party. Do you miss your friends? Do you wish you were at a barbecue right now waiting for the ribs to be done? You know, because whoever's in the barbecue has a really good barbecue sauce and you're waiting for that to happen. Don't you miss that at all? I can't believe that all of you did not have 4th of July parties. It's like, what the heck are you thinking? So, you know, that's what you do during the day, is that you eat everything that you think a human should eat. So lots of meat, lots of carbs, have a good time. And then either watch the fireworks from where you are or go watch the fireworks. Or if you like me and some of my friends, we're going home to make sure that the pets are okay. So we just sit here for now for my 47. A little slow today. Dead air. Yes, I know. Oh, yeah, I just like stopped for a minute. So I think I was blocking what could have been a photo op because a lot of people come here for the photo op. So that's what I'm going to start doing, is getting in people's way for the photo op. So I don't know why everybody thinks this. Some say the building, yes, but you know, they read Scientology. So I don't understand, unless the Gilded Age is really popular and they're taking pictures of it. And you're in my frame again, bozo. Come here. Stand in that shade.
Roll over, play dead.
Oh my God. You'll get cooties. Don't go in there.
Another one? Oh, okay. You recognize that person?
Did you get cooties from being in there? You had to change, didn't ya? They're having to change now when they come out, so I don't see their vests. Were they meeting people?
I don't.
The red shirt, I think. Didn't the red shirt come around first?
Yeah.
Yeah, they came from the street, so trying to make themselves invisible. I don't. You know, hopefully, since the younger generation doesn't mind saying anything to each other, hopefully the younger generation will tell the people who are trying to get in to F off and don't do it because it's bad for you and you'll get cooties. They don't know what cooties are. If you look up cootie in eBay, you'll find what a cootie is, because people are still selling cooties on eBay. They all say it's the 1949 cootie. It's like, no, it's not. Now we will discuss cooties. Oh my God, is that family going to get the Waymo? Are you sure? They're all looking at it. See, there's nobody in it. Nobody ever goes in it. Unless they paid Waymo to take pictures of me. Yeah, that's why the Waymo came along very slowly.
We can't afford an actual PI, so we're going to send a robo PI instead.
Yeah, we're going to send the robo PI because we can't afford real PIs anymore. Oh, that was funny. Oh, and then look at this guy. He's totally doing something illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what I should do, is just like watch the road one day and just see how many illegal things people do here. It's hilarious. But yes, the Waymo went by us really slowly, so I think they paid the Waymo to
That
take.
will never not be creepy to me.
Waymo?
Yeah, the car with nobody in it.
Actually, it's not as creepy as the map cars. I thought the map cars were creepy.
Oh.
The Google map cars, because they take pictures of the street and they take a picture of you. You'd literally have to go to Google and look up the map to see if you're in it. So you would have to ask Google to scrub you from it. And then some people get their whole address scrubbed, like celebrities. And it's like, okay. So no, I thought they were a lot creepier than Waymo. But you never know. Waymo might take pictures too. So, but I think those were rabbits.
Some people, I think, that have pranked Google Maps, Google Satellite.
Oh, everybody has.
Yeah.
That's why they start. I think that's why they started scrubbing people.
Yeah.
Is that there was the, I think the dead people
Dead
who
bodies,
would
right.
dead bodies. They just throw themselves. They just put themselves on the ground and wait for Google to take the picture. And of course, some people can't. Programmers are famous for being nerds, so they're also famous for pulling pranks. So if you knew somebody at Google, you could get the schedule, find out, and then just put your dead friends all over the place. So that was the fun part about that. So yeah, where have you put your dead people? Am I blocked again?
No.
They're just, nobody's talking? I'm in the background.
Hello.
I know what it is. When I was cutting cheese, today for the barbecue, I was watching Reese. And so I was, oh my God, they are getting a Waymo. They've got to be rabbits. They have got to be rabbits. They're enjoying this too much. They don't think it's creepy.
Did you get to sit in the driver's seat? I wonder.
What?
No, I'm just wondering.
No, you get. I think it's the one in the front, three in the back.
Okay.
But I wonder if they make you put on your seatbelt first. We should take one
Just to see what it's like.
just to see what it's like, because we are the only city that have them, aren't we?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else has them, because I would assume you know what happens. That Waymo is a San Francisco company, so this was probably the test area. And since nobody else wants it, they're not even allowed to go on the bridge. They have to stay in San Francisco. And I bet you they cut off, the next city over is Daly City. So I bet you $1 million that there is programming to cut them off right there at Daly City, and they stop. I don't want to ride one of those things, but I think it'd be interesting to be in one, just to like do a live stream on it, just so you can see how creepy it really is. So, and to see if we fuck them up by talking. I wonder if that happens. I've seen 2 accidents, but they were minor. One was like, one got up on the curb and stopped right in front of a pole. And the other one, I think, did the exact same thing.
Went in.
Cooties! You're gonna get cooties! Minnie Mouse yells cooties. Yeah, oh, that's what I was saying. I was watching Reese cutting cheese. And
You were cutting cheese, not Reese, right?
yes, I was cutting cheese, not Reese. Oh my God. And we were listening to her. We got her on the Bish. That's what we call Alexa. We have a bunch of them all over the house. And she was on there for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we lost her. So this is a decorated Waymo. This is the most I've seen in a long time. So, but I've been jealous because they're doing Jaguar SUVs. I don't mind being the little woman in the front seat of that. Which also means that they don't know, unless it's some kind of sponsorship or something, they don't know how to save their money, so they'll be dead in 2 years. Everybody's had a startup in the Bay Area. So everybody knows how long a startup will last.
We would know.
Yeah, we would know. So, yeah, that's what I figure everybody's doing now, because I'm still at 14, which is like awesome for me. Awesome sauce. And play my playlist in the background somewhere, people, please. Just on the computer when you're not in the room. That way I can get my hours. Oh. So, cooties! You'll get cooties! Do you want cooties? Maybe it's a shift change.
You see, like, he was like dressed happily with a backpack and long hair.
He looked like a skateboarder.
Yeah.
Ew, that's creepy.
And he just got picked up and taken away.
Oh yeah, the skateboard thing, the skateboard park. He didn't tell even his employees he was breaking down in one day. So there are people on YouTube that are actually slamming him now because it's like, I guess it's a membership thing. So they probably need refunds on their membership years too. But they were just like, you know, it's got torn down in one day and nobody told us. So, because supposedly it was a landlord problem, and the landlord was going to want all of his past rent back. And I don't know though, it sounds like a setup because they tore it down overnight and it was neatly like torn down. It wasn't just torn apart. So it may have been a setup. Maybe Scientology told them not to have it anymore. So because they don't like skateboarders in San Francisco. Never have. I know that because a friend of mine was a skateboarder and he was always getting harassed by the police. So that's why I didn't understand why they had a skateboarder here and not down south, like in Pasadena or something, or if there's one on the beach somewhere, Venice and all that, because, you know, they do that there. I think the closest thing we come to a ton of skateboarding would be Santa Cruz nowadays, but they're supposed to be... No, I'm actually not going to expand on that because if somebody, if you know who is watching, Osa, they'll tell people. So there are things I don't say now on here because it's nobody's business. Osa. So, you know how it is. So, you know, maybe me sitting here being undercover. I think the last couple left because I was standing here. The guy in the group looked at me and he's like, and walked away. So, huh? Who's the sloth?
I got some burrito with something. Chips and stuff that's like small.
Great hair. Can I? Yay! Where'd you get your sloth at?
Just as a gift.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
Look at the sloth, guys. Look at the sloth. Oh, you don't want to go in there. It'll give you more cooties.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yep, you'll get cooties. I'm protesting them.
Oh, what?
Scientology?
Oh,
It's a cult.
oh.
They take all your money, the usual. What's his name?
Sabu. Sabu.
Why?
Have you heard of a program called Sabu Mufu?
No.
It's from. Are you from Bay Area?
Yeah.
It's a KQED channel.
Oh, okay.
I think it might be 20 years ago.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the channel is all about animals.
And see, you do the same thing I do. We don't look our age. It was
Oh,
like when
yeah.
you said 20 years ago, I'm like, okay, you just don't look your age.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So this is awesome.
Yeah,
You
thank you.
have a great night.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. See, that's what the Bay Area is like. That is a perfect example of what the Bay Area is like. You have a sloth, I want to play with it, and talk about where it's from. So go look for Zabu on PBS. So, and yeah, when she said 20 years ago, I was like, oh my God, you're pulling off the I don't look my age thing. That's when you have to look around the face and see if there's like indents. When are we going to fireworks? Or a friend's house for a barbecue? Well, when you don't have those, you bring your sloth. I wish I still had my camel. I had a camel named Alex Bennett because there was a radio DJ called Alex Bennett here and he was on KMEL. So my brother even took him in because he used to have live audiences and took him in, and Alex loved it. I was like 13, I think, when he did it. So yeah, cooties! You'll get cooties! You don't want to do that anymore! Did you see that guy that went, no, I ain't gonna get any cooties? Did you see him? Meow. Did you see the guy that went in? He said, no, I'm not gonna get any cooties. You were looking at the sloth. He walked in behind me. No, he said, "No, I'm not going to get any cooties." Yes, he announced it. He acknowledged the cootiness. Ooh, look. What the hell is that about? Okay, now the big question though is, were they highway patrol or were they funeral poop? No, or funeral motorcycles. I didn't see anything official there.
Yeah, that's got to be CHP.
Not necessarily. The funeral guys look like that.
Yeah.
South City. Maybe somebody important died.
Yeah.
South City, right next to Coma, that has a bigger population of dead people than alive people. One of these days, when you guys get to figure out my name, I'll put, I have a video up of a firefighter who used to go to club when he passed. It's really cool. But yeah, funeral cops, sometimes they're dressed up so like policemen you can't tell. And if it was someone important, they're probably going to go pick him up. So, wow. That is cool. Sunrise Dawn knew it. That is so cool. See, the one disadvantage of having children, of not having children, is I don't know the programs. Even though, now, see, my best club friend, whose daughter I'm an aunt to basically, lives in Nevada, so I can't ask her these questions. She's now 29. Our godchild. 29? We just missed her birthday too. We've got a lot of making up to do. I hope she doesn't want a Rolex. Huh? Oh, she might. We missed 30? We missed 30. We're in trouble. We might be going to Elko if we like it or not. I said we might have to go to Elko if we like it or not. Fire. Actually, it smells like a smoker. That's the cool. That's why I lean against this pole, because the breeze comes in here. Sumba Mafu. That is just really cool, and I love that the people know these things and can put them up on the chat, because you know it's neat. But yeah, that was the epitome of the Bay Area. I love your sloth. We'll talk for a minute and then I'm gonna go. So even though it's California and we all drive cars, if we see someone of our ilk, because what goth doesn't love a sloth? And you talk, they talk right back. So, and even I can, being all dressed in black that I am all the time, even I can walk up to people because I don't sound threatening and I'm little. So that's the way I was brought up. So I'd never survive anywhere else in the world because I talk to too many people. So yeah, I freely give out my brain to people, and 95% of the time they're appreciative. It's the 5% that makes me mad. Our quote-unquote goddaughter lives in Elko. One of my best friends. Her daughter ran away from there to here to go to school, and so we pretty much took care of her for 2 years because her mom thought she was being a brat. So 2-3 years. She went back to home base and never left, so we're bummed because we were gonna, hell, we even got a room for her now, but now she has offspring, so it would be a little bit more complicated. That, and one's old enough to be in school now, so it's like we go visit her now. But like I said, we haven't been anywhere. God, I think the last time we were in Elko was 3 years ago. So, and this year's being put on hold because we had to pay attention to his mom more. So, you know, things come up.
You were there for Godchild's wedding.
Yes, we were there for Godchild's wedding. So, and now she's not. Let me see. Time to do it. Time to make another report, I guess. So if he'll do it tonight, it only takes him like 5 seconds. Oh, look, they closed the curtains. Can you see? Yeah, you can. That dark thing in the middle, or next to, let me, okay, there. That dark thing is, they closed those. They were open when we went by until the last time. Maybe they didn't want to hear cooties anymore or see it. They closed all the curtains.
Oh, jeez. Well, not this one.
Not that one?
Unless we're working on it.
It sort of looks like they're working on it. Cooties! You're nothing but a bunch of cooties! Can you hear me? Do you know what a cootie is? Look in the mirror. That's what you are.
Best to go to Elko and go to Walmart.
Oh my God, girl.
200 miles.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Maybe the next time we go to Elko, you give us a Walmart list and stuff by you. Because we love to drive. That's the funny part. Because I drive a lot, so I don't get to look out the window. They closed that one. So Papa Cat likes to drive a lot because he doesn't really drive a lot. And so it makes it really good because he also can't be stuck as a passenger because I scare everybody when I drive. So, yeah, the BFF does not like to be on a freeway with me. And the guy who's denying going to get no cooties is walking away. He had his e-mirror with him. For a second I thought he was waiting for me, but he's not, so that's good. And I can't, it would just be his back, so I can't even like focus on him to see if his family's looking for him. It's like, I used to think that that was not nice to do, but I keep getting reminded that's what we should do to them so their family can find them. So I just love how men think though that if they're holding like a bag from a store that we won't know that the e-meter is in there. Okay, he knows Eli. I don't know where Eli is.
I think it's Ely.
Ely. Well, how is it pronounced?
Yeah, good question.
You're the one who... Are those parrots?
I don't think so.
The crows are getting mean? What? We have parrots here at night. They come to rest in the trees. That's why, yep, it's crows. That's why if you look at that tree, the way it's trimmed is because the parrots go in there at night. So I probably not allowed that tree. They're probably not allowed to like tear down the trees. You know, societies are vicious around here. So, I think, I don't know what it's called now, but it used to be called the Audubon Society. I think they were part of the reason that the eucalyptus trees weren't taken out of Oakland because they explode. They were trying to do that because when the Oakland fire happened. Ah, look, now I'm getting calls from China. It's so weird. So, I'm trying to think, who did I give my phone number to recently? I don't know. Don't you ever wonder that? It's like Ely? What are you, the Dutch? Or Irish? It's like, or Scottish. So all the letters are thrown somewhere. I was watching something that had, I was watching the thousand father sperm donor thing, and it was a lot of Dutch people, and I've actually seen the two A's pronounced completely. It's like Martin, M-A-A-R. They actually pronounced it correctly. They said Maarten. And I was like, holy crap. There's a language that can say both the A's. I was impressed with that. So let's do one more. So since you're closing all the curtains again, because I'm some kind of evil fiend, I'm not the devil because I don't believe in him, so I can't be. There's a weird logic in there, but it's true. Just think about the things I've said. You can go down to the main library and go in a browser there and look up everything you think you need to know to get out. Some of your people in there want to get out because they listen to me. Isn't that horrible? You guys can't even be trusted to stay in an organization. So eventually the tax code, that may take a 5 or 6 years, but eventually we'll get it out of here. And there's another song. I don't want them to take this down because of it, so I'm going to keep talking like this, because that last time I had the song playing and I enjoyed it, they actually copyrighted my YouTube. So, don't you wish you were out of here? Don't you wish you didn't owe everybody money? Don't you wish you could get a credit card now? Don't you wish you can get your own apartment because you don't have the deposit? They like public poverty or organizational poverty. They like keeping you poor because then you're going to rely on them, but they don't really even offer anything to rely on. I bet you they charge you for coffee. I know they charge you for everything in your own org, so that's why you've got to keep it, keep spending all of that money and all of that time doing things. And eventually Historical Society is going to get on your butt about this, because I'll find them and make a complaint. And then when I find it, I'll tell everybody else that's in San Francisco and they'll make a complaint. Hell, I won't even have the cult put up there. I'll have the phone number to the local Historical Society, because you're letting the building rot. Like you guys, you're letting each other rot. You should be helping each other to get out of this and get a full and complete life. Just get a hold of the SPTVFoundation.org and they will help you get out. So, that's all I have to say for right now. I'm going to go watch the fireworks in the marina, and then I'll come back later. So, you've got 2 of me tonight.
Here's your options. First and third.
For what? Oh.
Rating.
Oh, okay, I guess we're going to do a raid on Solomon Streets. Unless one of you guys have a better person to raid right now. I'll take suggestions, because my fuzz isn't here. For some reason, I swear to God, that woman can now do things before me. And I'm making an assumption. They. I usually don't make assumptions. I've been using they for at least 10 years. So. Yes, it was part of that push west, right? The wagon trains and things like that. I also think of the Mormons at the same time. Ghost pepper poppers. Oh my God, they're like corn things. I just saw somebody going by, I think Trader Joe's, things like that. I've got a sriracha cheese on my cheese plate today, so they'll love that. Made a Papa Cat cough. So yeah, I guess we'll do Solomon. Look up Solomon. Do you know his?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay, he'll post. Papa Cat will post it in a minute. He says this is my outro, because I'm starting to make it a habit when I show off the pyramid, and he said it's my outro. So once I can figure out how to do intros and outros, I will. It'll give you cooties. It's a bad place, and you're going to spend all your money. Ah, okay, yeah, I just saw, what was I watching? See, it all starts melding in together too. I was watching, I don't think it was like a polygamy thing, but I was watching something about, and it was close enough that it was now Church of Latter-day Saints, because I know they don't want to be Mormon anymore. Ah, there we go. Papa Cat put up the link. So yes, Pup Groomer. I can't remember what it was, and I can't remember if it was YouTube or Prime. But if I come across it again, I'll put it up in the community or something, because it was really interesting. So, yeah, no, the goddaughter is actually not Mormon at all. So, she even tells stories about I'll say it just for respect, LDS people coming from Utah to gamble on the border. Yeah, I know. I don't understand why Mormon's bad now. Because nobody with their last name's even in it. But I'll also tell you an LDS story from a friend of mine when I helped her take her car back to Salt Lake City, and we went to the museum or whatever it is. Yep, you can tell just by that response. But yeah, I'll tell you what she did in her youth at the museum. So remind me the next time you come here. I should be on tomorrow at a regular time, but the next time you come here, I'll tell you that story and you'll laugh your butt off. So, okay guys, I'm gonna go because we have a picnic barbecue to go to, and the food is worth it. It's just the wait sometimes. It's like, I think we've gotten barbecue at that barbecue once when we had to leave because it was dark on our way out or something. So, okay, I will see you guys all tomorrow. Ciao, bellas.